Hey guys, my name is Exeter, and today I'm actually going to be doing a commentary based on some gameplay. Now the gameplay you guys will be seeing is a paladin. It's the full paladin gameplay, because I said I've gotten several paladins, and this is just one of the gameplay clips I have of me using the full paladin. Now I just want to talk about it a little bit, and talk about the streaks in this game, because I found that a lot of my commentaries for Advanced Warfare recently, I've been keeping them short, because I like talking about things for a bit longer. But I tend to get boring when I talk about things for a longer period of time, which, you know, that just happens, so I try keeping it short and concise, but that also means I have to take out a lot of tiny details for certain things, because I still talk pretty broad when it comes to my topics and stuff. I'm pretty broad when it comes to my topics. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the paladin and just streaks in this game, and which ones are the best, and how to really use them to the maximum potential, or how really to set up your streaks so they're useful. So, I'm going to start here. Thank you guys for listening to this commentary, and let's get started. So, first off, I have a paladin in my class setup, but it's not the only streak that I have. I have 4 streaks, actually. The reason why I have 4 streaks is because I found that it's easier to build up when you have them closer together. It's like you feel momentum as you go. You don't necessarily have to get the streaks, but it gives you incentive within your own kind of psyche that makes you kind of go for those streaks a little bit better. Now, I have choked paladins before. I've choked several paladins, actually. And, you know, that's just a thing that happens. I get one streak, and then maybe I call it, and then right when I come out of calling it, I die. Or I get one streak, and then there's another guy. It has nothing to do with me getting the streak previous. I just happen to die because, you know, convenience is annoying. So, yeah, I die. But with the paladin, how should you use it? Well, you always want to set it up so it best fits you. Because what I've found is the turret, just the straight turret that is on the paladin, just like the warbird, is really weak. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, if it's an open map, you're still going to kill people. But because it's weak and it also takes time to reload, what ends up happening is you waste a lot of time. So what's a good idea is probably switching out for like another weapon, so like adding a second weapon on there, or just having maybe a faster reload time. Same with the warbird. The warbird is really weak. I mean ridiculously weak. I talked about this in a commentary. So if you actually add rockets on and maybe like extra time for the rockets to be existent or something like that, what you can do, which is something I do with the paladin, is I switch between the 105mm cannon and the normal missiles. So when the 105mm cannon is reloading or rechambering, then I just switch to normal turrets, and then I switch back. So it's a really easy way to keep track of your weapons and use them effectively, which I found is very useful. So right here, this is the kill where I get the paladin. I know, it was so quick. I was very proud of myself. It took me like 2.5 minutes to get it, which is actually pretty fast if you think about it, especially since I died 2 times in those 2.5 minutes. So here you can see I'm using the turrets, just the normal turrets, and then I'll end up switching to the cannon, and boom, double kill. So that's really how you have to do it. You have to, once you shoot it, you have to switch, so you are the most efficient you can possibly be. Now, something I didn't know right off the bat is that you can actually switch your weapons. So that's like one tip I really have to give you guys. Another thing that I found out from a friend was that people don't know that you can actually upgrade streaks, which I was kind of surprised about because it was a big topic about this game, like a big thing that a lot of people found out about it that was really cool and why they got it and why it was so different. Because, you know, you can add stuff to your streaks, you could change them, you can modify them. Same thing with your guns, you get modified versions of the same gun. So you're not just using one barrel the whole time, you're using multiple barrels, which is something I found is really cool. So, like I said before, you want to modify the streak so it's more effective for you personally. Now here, I'm going to start going on a dying streak just because people start camping more, and I'm not good at like dealing with people that are camping because it's just annoying. I mean, if you guys have ever played against a camper, it's just annoying. There I get punched in the back, my mistake. But you know, it's just annoying. But as I said, use streaks that will help you personally, like use streaks that will fit your playstyle. Now I personally don't like having streaks kind of I don't like having to manually control a streak unless it's the highest streak like that you can get, unless it's the best streak. Here's an example. So in Ghost, there was the helo pilot and there was the I forget the name, the Loki. There was the helo pilot and there was the Loki. I didn't like the Loki because I sucked with it. I could not do well with the Loki. So what I did instead was I only used the helo pilot. And what was good about the helo pilot is you can move it around the map really easily. You can adjust to how other people are playing, and you can get behind cover, which is pretty cool. And it was very easy to use. It was very easy to move around, and it got you a lot of kills. I've gotten like at least 20 kills with one helo pilot, which was pretty crazy. That's a lot of kills. Usually some people get like 5, but since I would get a lot of them, I got used to how to use it really, and how to use it effectively. But what does it have to do with this game? Well, it's like that. Like, I didn't like the Loki because I felt like it was too cumbersome, and I wasn't used to using that type of streak because it's too slow. It's annoying to use streaks like that. That's why I don't like the Vulcan, because I don't like streaks where you're just aiming straight down with like a laser or something like that and shooting down on people. I don't really like those types of streaks. The streaks I like is when you're in a gunner ship or a turret or something, or some type of helicopter, and then you're shooting at people, or if you're just a normal guy on the ground running around shooting people while you have a helicopter above killing people. So, you know, those are the types of streaks I like using. Now, some of you guys might not like those types of streaks. Some of you might prefer like the ones like the Loki, where you are up in space shooting down at people, but that's just not for me. So what I do is I adjust my classes based on that. So instead of using the Vulcan, I use the bombing run, which I find is the most effective or best streak in the game, besides the Paladin or something like that. And then, because I'm able to get the bombing run, it'll lead up to my Paladin because it's, you know, it gives you points. And then using those points, you're even closer to getting the Paladin, thus it's less kills and, you know, less points to get it overall. So that's just a few things I want to talk about. I hope you guys understand. Just tailor your classes to the way you play. Use things that only you would use. Don't just look at a YouTuber and copy his class, yet you hate the streaks that he's using. By the way, I was 21-2 when I got that Paladin. When I came out, I was 21-2. So I went 3-7 at the end there, which isn't that good. But anyway, so thank you for watching. Peace out and goodbye.